for many extravagant things, but world famous for its jewel, New Orleans. A place where you can immerse yourself in the vibrant tapestry of a city where history, culture, and culinary delights intertwine. Explore the French Quarter and stroll along charming cobblestone streets and marvel at the iconic wrought iron balconies and pastel-painted townhouses. Listen to live jazz music fill the air and savor the flavors of traditional Creole and Cajun cuisine. From classic beignets at Café du Monde to spicy gumbo and fresh seafood, there's something to tantalize every palate. Or escape the hustle and bustle into the serene Garden District, where stately mansions and lush gardens create a picturesque backdrop. Take a ghost tour or visit the historic Lafayette Cemetery and pay homage to the city's famous and infamous residents, like the voodoo priestess Marie Laveau. Explore local farmers markets and sample the region's unique flavors. Embrace the live music scene, because music is the heartbeat of New Orleans. Experience live performances at legendary venues like Preservation Hall, the House of Blues, or Tipitina's. From jazz and blues to soul and funk, the city's music scene is as diverse as its people. And if you're lucky enough to visit during Mardi Gras, prepare for an unforgettable spectacle. Witness colorful parades, catch beads thrown from floats, and dance the night away at lively street parties. Or slow things down and pay a visit to the National World War II Museum. Explore the historic St. Louis Cathedral and learn about the city's unique culture and heritage. New Orleans' rich history can be felt all throughout the city. But it would be a mere 60 miles west in the small, unassuming town of Thibodaux, where a sinister secret lurked beneath the surface. In the closing months of 1997, Louisiana authorities in the southern parishes stumbled upon a chilling discovery: a series of bodies bearing the grim hallmarks of rape and torture. Over the ensuing 9 years, law enforcement officers continued to uncover these corpses, strewn across roadsides, adrift in bayous, concealed within sugarcane fields, and partially buried in ditches. A common thread emerged. Each victim was male, predominantly homeless, and had succumbed to the heinous acts of a serial killer who targeted individuals from a specific lifestyle. Dubbed the Bayou serial killer or the Bayou Strangler, this elusive predator lured his victims into a sinister trap, nearly evading capture. A killer is born. In 1964, growing up in a modest trailer park, Dominique appeared unremarkable. He participated in school activities, sang in the choir, and assisted his neighbors with chores. However, a hidden conflict raged within him. Beneath his amiable demeanor, Dominique grappled with an undisclosed homosexuality. He spent nights at a local bar, performing as a Patti LaBelle impersonator. While the residents of his trailer park viewed him as kind, those at the bar found him unsettling. Driven by a fear of imprisonment after a previous conviction, Dominique's darker impulses took hold. As his inability to conform to societal expectations escalated, Dominique's true nature emerged, casting a chilling shadow over the facade he had once maintained. In 1985, Dominique was apprehended for telephone harassment, resulting in a $75 fine. Years later, he faced charges of speeding and driving under the influence, incurring another fine. Prior to his violent rampage, Dominique's criminal record included at least 7 arrests. Police authorities later lamented their decision to release him. Despite these encounters with law enforcement, Dominique continued to reside in his trailer park community without significant incident. His presence went largely unnoticed by his neighbors. Dominique's seemingly innocuous demeanor misled many. Little did they know the sinister potential lurking beneath his unassuming exterior. Ronald Dominique, burdened by obesity, a heart condition, and the support of a cane, secretly harbored a sinister double life. Unbeknownst to those around him, this unassuming man was responsible for the heinous murders of countless men. Despite his seemingly innocuous demeanor, Dominique's physical limitations, including his slight build, excess weight, stature of only 5'5", dependence on his sister, and reliance on a cane, shouldn't have been underestimated in assessing his potential for harm. The Bayou serial killer's descent into darkness. August 1996, shortly after a DUI arrest, he was charged with attempted sexual assault. Witnesses reported seeing a partially clothed man fleeing Dominique's home through an open window. However, the case was dismissed due to the victim's absence at trial. This incident solidified Dominique's determination to avoid jail at all costs, leading him to escalate his violence to ensure the elimination of his victims. Soon after the trial's conclusion, Dominique claimed his first life, 19-year-old David Mitchell. Luring Mitchell home, Dominique bound and sexually assaulted him before ending his life. He then disposed of the body in a sugarcane field, marking the beginning of his reign of terror. Bayou bloodshed. Despite his prolific spree, Ronald Dominique remained unsuspected for his heinous crimes. Following Mitchell's murder in 1997, Louisiana State Police assembled a task force of sheriffs from multiple parishes. As the body count rose, the FBI joined the investigation. FBI Special Agent Jim Bernazzani and profilers identified Dominique's case as highly significant due to the rapid accumulation of victims. Dominique preyed on a specific demographic, homeless men aged 18 to 40, who he perceived as social outcasts with limited support. He often lured his victims from bars or street corners, where they sought encounters. Dominique would also entice them by showing photographs of an attractive woman, claiming her to be his wife and offering sexual favors. Despite accompanying Dominique to his residence, none of the victims initially sensed any danger. However, upon entering his home, his demeanor transformed. He would restrain and rape his victims, often culminating in their deaths. However, his decision to spare one man ultimately led to the end of his reign of terror. Nearly a decade after his initial murder, an ex-convict residing in a homeless shelter, who had been one of Ronald Dominique's victims, confided in his parole officer about his harrowing experience. The man described being tied up by an elderly man who seemed unwell. This information resonated with the officer, who promptly notified the authorities. Within a short time, the police apprehended Ronald Dominique, a cooperative and confessing suspect. Upon his arrest, Ronald Dominique exhibited a cooperative demeanor, posing no resistance to authorities. 23 men reportedly agreed to be restrained in Dominique's residence. Dominique confessed that he would have spared those who resisted being tied up. In 2006, Dominique willingly submitted a DNA sample to the police, which subsequently linked him to multiple murders. Upon receiving the positive match, he willingly cooperated with authorities, admitting his guilt in 23 additional murders. When questioned about the escalation from rape to murder, Dominique stated that he feared imprisonment for rape and killed his victims to silence them. At Dominique's sentencing, 30 family members of his victims expressed their anguish. A grieving sibling of one of his victims recounted the chilling discovery of their brother's remains in court. He was left in a cane field for rodents to consume his flesh. When we found him, he was reduced to bones. It was an unbearable sight, and we were forced to bury fragments of our loved one, he said. The brother of one victim exclaimed, "I hope hell finds you fast." Following a trial, Dominique entered a guilty plea to first-degree murder to avoid the death penalty. On September 23, 2008, he received 8 consecutive life sentences, which he is currently serving at the Louisiana State Penitentiary in Angola. I would like to take this opportunity to pay my respects to the victims and all the family members that were devastated by these horrific crimes. You deserved better. In our forever, in our prayers, may you rest in peace. Conclusion. Bars attract people from all walks of life, including those with ulterior motives. Strangers may approach you with seemingly friendly intentions, but could have malicious agendas. They can also be crowded and chaotic, providing opportunities for criminals to target intoxicated individuals. Theft, assault, or other violent crimes may occur. Some individuals may use alcohol to manipulate others into doing things they wouldn't normally agree to, such as lending money or engaging in sexual activity. Given the potential risks associated with alcohol consumption and the presence of unknown individuals, It's generally unwise to place complete trust in people you meet at bars or while intoxicated. Everyone is a potential Ronald Dominique. If you or someone you know are in a similar situation, never trust this person. Call a friend or the police for help. It's better to be cautious than someone's next victim. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe for more Killer Cliff Notes, and I'll see you in the next one.